Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to today's coverage. It is a big one. It is, as you can see, a bit of a double up there. It's the UAE Rugby Men's Premiership. It's Exiles versus Hurricanes. 8 o'clock kickoff. It is third versus fourth here in the Premiership. A big matchup, always a great matchup between the two teams. And before we get right into it, let's have a look at those teams. So you can see in your starting 15 for the Hurricanes, working from 1 all the way through down to 15. Engelbert, Vessels, Barnard, Tana Matuku, Mihra, Mangwero, Lippert, Jansen, Gerber. Fink is your captain, not your number 10. Oakley, Waka, Garshan, Emberson, and Williams. And then to bring in some impact later on in the match, John Brewer, Burns, Laga, Sutherland, and that's a big one, Ninga da Kumana and Raouf. There's your team there for the Hurricanes. Unfortunately, we don't have the Exiles teams available with us. But we are expecting another big match between these two rivals who have had such great history between them. It's been really a pleasure to watch these two teams develop and grow over the past umpteen decades. Not even just years, but also decades. So big ups, big ups, big ups. So we've just seen out on the paddock that both teams going through the warm-ups and things looking really nice. Some good skill sets. I don't think I saw one ball dropped whatsoever during the warm-ups, which is always a good sign. We're hoping both teams can take that right into the competition itself. When a whistle blows, we want to be able to see some top-level quality Premiership rugby here. And you can hear that familiar sound of the boots clacking against the cobblestones. We see the players coming onto the paddock. We've got the Hurricanes playing from left to right in the grey. And then the Exiles in the traditional black playing from right to left. If you're joining us on YouTube, just leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts, your opinions. Share your laughs, your stories of the players you are supporting. We always love to see that. It's always great to have a good chat and a bit of banter with everybody for this, what promises to be an absolute stunning matchup.
Well, I couldn't because of my thing, so I was like, no, I'm not.
When you look at the table, the West Asia or the UAE Premiership, it's a close one between the two teams. Not much in it. Only a few points. Hurricanes struggling just to finish off the games when it comes up to their matchups. And they're looking to get themselves on the table, on the standings. They are sitting currently in 4th position here in the UAE Premiership, with Exiles just above them in 3rd. So still got that semi-final spot. And they'll look to make a turnaround here in this big fixture. Looks like Exiles will be kicking off. And one thing we've noticed about the Exiles, have always had a great kicking game, very strong off the tee. I'm sure they'll look to utilize that early days here in this matchup. It's a beautiful night here at the Sevens. Everyone looks ready. Referee touches the watch, blows the whistle, and we're underway with this fixture. And it's something completely different, a little sneaky little kick, but this one well collected and some good grounded, some good yardage found early days. It's Hurricanes with the first possession of the ball. Nicely pushed out, a great chase, great defensive lines, good stood up by the Exiles. Oh, nicely ripped out. Some good footwork there, big step off the right, coming back in. You've seen some great early control around the ruck from the Hurricanes. Something they had against the Tigers last week. They really dominated that second half. But it was the Tigers obviously coming away with that win after a close and a hard fought. Oh, mistake there by the Exiles. So early opportunity. And Hurricanes, great start here. Going about their work. Finding some yards. This is really great to see. They are carrying on from that last week performance, that second half where they really dominated the ball. And this week we'd love to see just that finish. They just seem to lack that sting at the end of the tail last week, and we're thinking and hoping that's something they've worked on through the week and they'll be able to deliver here. So early stoppage in play. So this is one of those battles between two big rivals. They're both based out here at the Sevens grounds, Sevens Stadium. And with the Hurricanes not being in the Premiership last year, this is your opportunity again to relive, reborn, revive that rivalry between the two. So let's see up front, where's the benefit, where's the advantage, which team has a steady strum to begin with. Exiles trying to push through, and they've looks like they've done it. Done so illegally, according to the referee. Pushing up and not forward. Of course, you've got to remain straight, and you've got to push as a whole pack. So early doors, it's been 2.5 minutes, and it's been Hurricanes all the way. In fact, talking about that rivalry, we just saw that right there. You know, it's only been a couple of minutes, and already a couple of handbags been thrown. Strategy here, nice one from the Hurricanes. They're going to look to build some pressure through points, and it's going to be an early attempt. Not the easiest. 7.5 meters from the line on the 40. So we're expecting, if a call like this, your kicker is in good form. Hope I haven't jinxed them right there. Oh my goodness. This is something the Hurricanes did really well last week. They were able to collect points when they were down there through the boot. Just like, again, what I was saying, that sting in the tail when it came to the tries. But I think this is a really clever option. So nice lead up, great strike. It looks like it's got the distance, it looks like it's got the direction. Beautiful score for the Canes there. And they take an early lead here in this Premiership match. 3-0. Canes leading the Exiles. So 4 minutes of work, all the possession pretty much with the Canes. Now Exiles going for a traditional kickoff. Seeing us nice and high, getting a bit of competition under that one, but Canes able to secure the pill. And Exiles just struggling to find some momentum, to find some composure within their game. It's only very, very early, but that's probably the second or third penalty the Exiles have had against them already. They'll need to tidy up around the ruck. That one super high. So Hurricanes now second opportunity. They haven't got inside the 22 yet. Let's see what they can pull off the top here. In fact, they struggled last week a little bit with their line-out. They're looking to rectify that. Oh, well collected, well challenged by Exiles there. Number 5 getting up nice and high. But it is the Canes with control. Oh, some good defense here by Exiles. And the maul's been turned over, so great defense, in fact. And Exile showing, excuse me, showing their quality. And a great turnover there for the men in black. So we saw the Exiles in this last time, they were challenging for the pill. I wonder if they're going to try to assert their dominance early. They probably felt maybe they got a little edge after that last scrum. Can they do it legally though? Oh, great pushback by the Canes. Front rows though popping up. And good. It's going to be a big night of the forward packs battling away. That was another great battle between the two, and this time going the way of the Exiles. So you know you got to work for it when it's a battle like that. It's only the second scrum of the match. Really nice to see this one. Big one, nearly over the back, but well collected. A nice flat ball, beautifully collected. Exiles a little bit slow on the ruck there, but nice work. Oh, nice drive. Good leg drive. Oh, it's a terrible pass. He'll want that one again. Bobbling all over the place. Pressure from the Hurricanes players. Well controlled. I thought maybe he had to release that one, but referee plays on. Exiles, they've been pushed back about 15, 20 meters, and this will help them. So good pressure there from the Canes. Great defense, and turn that pressure into territory. Just a bit of a lack of their discipline there. And this one probably not going out. In fact, not out at all. Nicely sent all the way down. It looks like he stepped out of the 22, so if this goes out on the full, I did think he stepped out there, but obviously proven wrong by the linesman. Hurricanes number 9. Yes, he's had a good start to this game. Andre Gerber for the Canes. He had a very good game, especially in the second half. He was really able to take some control. He was taking the kicking duties on very well in the Tigers game last week. Oh, and a nice little sneaky one at the front. Some big yardage. And the big hooker going for the boot. We've seen that more and more these days, where the big men are expanding their skill closet and they're throwing a few extras. Probably that's why hookers don't kick, but that's okay. Big man gave it a go. Going for the same type of thing, but this time well read by Exiles, and they'll look to exit here. Again, a bit messy. In fact, it's a high shot being called by a referee. And that one securely put into touch. Absolutely made sure of that. So early days, 10 minutes in, it is the Canes with all the possession. A little bit messy between transitions. But otherwise, I think we're setting ourselves up for a very good 80 minutes. Let's see, Exiles, they went long before. They're at the back again. And they're going to try and assert some dominance here with a forward rumbling pack. That one collapsing, and the penalty coming towards way of Exiles. Really interesting times. So early, you can hear on the field people calling for the corner. And that looks exactly the direction they want to be going for this one. So a great passage of play there right off the back. They knew that maybe they've identified that as potentially a weak point for the Canes. They've gone there about 2, maybe 3 times to the back. It's showing some great territory, got them down just past the 40 inside Hurricanes territory, and now they'll be looking for those extras. They're going for the full complement. So left himself with a bit of work to do, the kicker there, but this one's safely into touch. Probably a few heebie-jeebies after that one that kind of went wonky. But let's see. Great strike opportunity inside the 22, inside the red zone. And your first time in there, I think we're going to see something quite conservative. Probably left in the forwards. Look for a driving maul. There we go. Look to gain some momentum, see what they can do from there. Let their big boys do some work. And they're getting some really good distance on this. It's going to be hard to stop. Exiles looking super strong. Their forward pack's doing the damage. The back's going to have a rest. Referee having a look. Oh, a bit of anticlimax. What happened there? Going to have to deliberate. It's hard to say, or hard to deny the Exiles players from scoring that one. Really, the defence of the Canes try to do as much as they can. You heard one of the supporters, they called it out, asking for a penalty try.
Penalty try!
Exiles, they're ready to tap and go. They're probably going to get the advantage. Some really great signs for the Exiles early days to have some strong mauls, and that one potentially could have been a try. Wish we had the microphone on the player, on the referee. He's talking to one of the Hurricanes. I believe he's going to probably call him and give him a yellow. I believe we're able to have the referee there, which is quite amazing. So it is a yellow card to the Hurricanes. Penalty to Exiles. I think they'll probably call the scrum. Yep, they certainly did. I think probably a little fortunate there, or unfortunate, depends who you're supporting. I probably thought that would have been a penalty try, considering it's quite cynical. And the momentum that the Exiles had moving forward. So Canes, though, with an opportunity still to defend, to hold and maintain their lead. This one, solid defensive scrum by the Canes. So Exiles have to bring it out. Off the back, the big man's running for the line. Twisting, turning. I thought he might try and reach out there, but he's going to hold on to it. Exiles in a very, very strong position here. They're going to collect with their forward pack. They're going to try to rumble it over the line. Staying low. And there we go. Exiles, after a couple of attempts, able to score the meat pie, the 5-pointer. And bring out the lead there. 5 points to 3. Exiles now leading the Canes. It's one of those ones you see that you probably thought that's what was going to happen. And it's easier to say than to do. And for the Canes, had to really work hard, weren't able to quite pull that off, that defensively, that effort. But Exiles doing some really nice work there, keeping composure, keeping it tight, keeping patience, just building a couple of phases and able to dot that ball down. Going to their strengths. It's a great try there by the Dubai Exiles. Opportunity for 2 more. 10 metres in, pretty much big open post, right side of the field. This one being sent straight through the middle, so it is the extra 2 points. It is a 7-point-3 ball game. It is a 4-point difference. Exiles leading the Canes here at the Seven Stadium. What I'm really liking, though, I say between the two, small opportunities, little time in possession by the Exiles, where Hurricanes have had more possession with the ball. And this is what they did to the Tigers last week, the Canes. They held onto the ball, they built pressure, they found territory, just unable to get across the line. So here you hope over the last week, they've sorted out those issues, and they'll be able to execute here, which is what I'm looking forward to, a beautiful and brilliant next 65 minutes. Oh, big opportunity now for the Canes. Simple as that. Was too busy thinking maybe about what's coming up next. Didn't hold on to the ball. And now, Hurricanes. Looking for opportunity, looking for space, looking for runners. Just kind of one off at the moment, but they've got the advantage. So that's a great opportunity here. What can they do with it? Don't kick away too early, but nice cutout pass. Some great defense by the Exiles, but that one spilling out of the hand, and they'll need to come back to the middle. That was great signs from the Canes, and after a scoring moment by the Exiles, to have that kind of turnaround, that momentum, brilliant to see. You got to say, with this early opportunity, it's probably better to take the 3 points. 6 points to 7. You know, when you get down here, you want to make sure you're collecting points. And saying that, the forward pack's been operating well. Going for the corner, not a bad call. It's a little bit of indecision there between what exactly they were going to do. But I think great call here via the Canes, showing intent. So a great opportunity here for the Canes. They've gone for the short line out. Oh, a hand up there from the Exiles. That one I thought knocked on, but either way, Hurricanes have possession, and they're going to look to rumble it over themselves. Some supporters on the sideline calling for that penalty early. Well, the Hurricanes players, they're just tying a shoelace casually. And we can see what the Canes are looking to do, but they might have blown over here. No, they haven't. It's going to be a quick tap, you can imagine. Oh, the number 9. Desiree Muller there supporting the number 9 for the Canes. Andre Gerber, and he was looking for speed there. He was looking for the quick one, just like every good halfback would. This is interesting to see, looking for the tap, not the scrum. And they're going wide early, so they're trying to get around the main traffic. Good little battle there, but lost forward, so a knock-on advantage. Canes keeping this one tight, keeping this one close. This is what they did really well last week. I don't want to jinx them, but if they keep control, they keep hold of the pill, nothing too over the top. As you can see here, looking to start to create opportunities. Another penalty against the Exiles, so Exiles I was literally about to say, I'll have to start watching themselves. Too many infringements down here, and it could just be simply yellow cards sent. But some real wonderful rugby, some great back and forth. Be the Canes starting off all the possession. Exiles unable to find their way into the game in the first 5 minutes. Then, of course, the penalty to the Canes to get them into the advantage, and then Exiles come back with a nice driving maul try. And now Hurricanes here with a great opportunity. Their forward pack, there's space on the right if they can get it out there. Can they free up the ball? That's the question. Oh, another penalty. This could be costly. What we're seeing too is that's probably 7 or 8 penalties against Exiles, and now it's probably your 4th one down by the line. So when does the general in the middle, master of ceremonies, the referee, when does he start to consider something more cynical? Hurricanes here again, going for the tap, so that's interesting. They haven't had success yet, but it's good to see Canes staying with it. They're able to maintain possession, which is what they want. That's all they need. Last week, they probably put too much pressure on themselves by trying to force things too early. Oh, here, the little chip and chase could pay dividends. Looks really, really good. And it is a beautiful piece of play by the Hurricanes. Who was that right on the wing? I believe it was the number 14. Some moment of magic. The speed of the feet. And through he went. So a 1 point advantage here. We knew it was going to be an absolute beauty, and we're seeing that right before our eyes. And that's what the Canes lacked last week. Just that last little killer, or that moment they needed to get them across the line. And it's really nice to see here that difference. And be able to, things, maybe the ball falling their way. But that was a beautiful piece of individual play. And it was built and came from on the back of what the forwards did earlier over the last 3 or 4 minutes. Really putting the groundwork in. Hurricanes taking those taps. Great to see some points come out. This one from out wide. Nice push, good height, looking good. Oh, that's as close as you can come without getting it through the post. So a beautiful attempt. This one, unfortunately, off the post. It's a 1 point difference. Just like the South Africans when they went through the quarters, semis, and the final to win the World Cup. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile or 100 or a 1 point or a single digit. A win's a win. So Hurricanes currently in the lead here in this UAE Rugby Men's Premiership. Nice, we've seen a few now kickoffs by the Exiles, and it's gone from low to middle to high. Hello, Edward Little. How are you, my friend? Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on the Rugby Club Consortium. Izam Ardia, hello, hi. And Edward loves Mr. Steenkamp. That sounds like a South African name. So what you'd like to see after, when you score points as a point scoring team, the team that scores, you want to really keep that momentum going forward. And that one, just probably not what they wanted from their Canes. But nothing too bad. Sit in the middle of the park. There is a lot of love for Mr. Steenkamp. Mr. or Mr. There must be some good stories about that man. He's a popular man. Another solid scrum. Exiles nearly got the ascendancy there. Everything kind of collapsing. And they got the advantage too, so out the back they go. Quite deep, the players sitting deep there, but still space to run and space found as well. It's opened up, brushed off a couple of players, got himself all the way down to the 22, so it's a massive run. Trying to put pressure on here, and just Canes falling off tackles, ball being flung around. That one looked like it went forward, but it is going to be the knock on, and the assistance referee there helping. So I do have to, I don't have glasses on and I cannot quite see the man in the middle. Looks like Jaco, but with the comments that's coming up on the YouTube channel, I've got to ask who is the most beautiful man on the puck at the moment. Okay, oh, Pete sent me through the Wikipedia bio. Ryan Steenkamp, born February 2nd, 1993, South African rugby player. Played for the Bulls. Oh, there we go. Look at that. A flanker, number 8. That must mean there's a lot of South African supporters here on the feed, which is amazing to see. Remember to add your comments in the comments section. The players, they do love to watch these afterwards. Love to see their own play, love to see how they're doing, and they love to see the support from the different players, or different people, whether it be locally, abroad, around the world. And thank you, Pete, for that Wikipedia. I've tried to avoid the news bulletins, obviously, with the rugby going the way it did. So Hurricanes with the ball in hand. Thought they might look for a bit of territory, but they're going to look to run it out first. A little bit slow, this one. Pretty fortunate there. And it's been a quick tap and allowed to play on, so nice bit of interplay there. Who was that man? Give him a beer after the game. He deserves it already. Hurricanes turn this one around. Oh. So a great patch of play there by the Canes. I was thinking kick it. What do I know, eh? They're obviously seen something I'm not. They've got a game plan, and that was a beautiful run there. Great thinking. This is a big one. They're coming a long way back here. Finn Brandon van der Branden. Kahoo. It's up there on the YouTube channel again. Kahoo's got a reputation for fast feet. Very, very agile. And a lot of people come across him and it actually feels like you're trying to catch butterflies. You cannot catch them, I tell you what. And Kahoo's exactly like that. Obviously a representative for the UAE Rugby Sevens contingent. So Hurricanes now choosing to go to the back. Let's place this one off the referee. I'm going to see what happens. Actually, that's our yellow carded player, so he's back on the field. So let's remove that yellow off. So Hurricanes back to their full complement, and he is Lucian Janssen. Sounds like another South African. With number 6, I think maybe. Martin Mangwiro. That man has got absolutely brilliant feet. Just Exiles again struggling to execute on the finer details of their game, really allowing the Hurricanes to dictate what they want to do. Keep the ball in hand, look for territory, make their way easily down the field. I'm sure the Canes are enjoying all that, the gifts the Exiles are giving. The thing we know though is Exiles have that potent attack, but to be able to attack from any part of the field, they can turn it around a snap of a fingers. This is a bit like the heavyweight championship of the world. We look at the boxers, the heavyweight boxers, it takes one punch, and we can see that from both teams here. That one a beautiful push out. Nice ball, but unfortunately unable to collect. I thought he had it in his hands, but that one just a little bit too much. I don't want to think it was too cute, but I do think that potentially, considering the position on the field, you know, what they've done really well is they've been able to build phases. They've been able to move their way down the field quite nicely, and the way that the Exiles have not been able to execute at the moment, from the Hurricanes' perspective, you think keep it a bit more direct at the moment, force the Exiles to come looking for it, and at this state you'd probably think they're going to force a penalty there. So maybe in hindsight, Hurricanes might have a change of plan there, but it's now Exiles with some very rare ball in hand, just sneaking into the Canes half. Been a great battle up front, super solid, just like we're seeing the front rows going at it. And Exiles here with that strategy to build pressure, use the kick. They've got a great kick in game. Really forced the Canes there right into the corner. Unfortunately not so much of a chase, so they've got an opportunity to break away here. And a great return, 30 meters back by the Exiles. Unable to secure it, and Hurricanes with the ascendancy. T is going to put Kahu at number 10, no drop balls. That's because he won't pass it. Actually, that's one of Kahu's games I've seen develop really well over the last year or 2 years. His passes has become an absolute weapon, a bit of a bomb, a rocket launcher. Must have been Coach Tia who's helped out with that, eh? Of course, not to state the obvious, but it was Kahu playing for Exiles the last few years. Now changed the colours. Actually, there he is right there on the left-hand side of your screen, walking back towards us. Javalisi, brother, you are absolutely welcome. Hope I'm doing it justice for you guys. The commentary here. It's always great to have people on, and I've got to say thank you to everyone that leaves comments. It's always great to have comments, to be able to bounce off, talk with people, engage with people on the streams. And it's something we're really looking forward to as the consortium, to bring you more Premiership rugby, to grow this over the coming years. So you get to see all the top games. You see more games from Division 1, 2, you see the women's, and even to the youths. That's the plan, that's the trajectory we're taking this. So obviously we're stuck with the single commentators to begin with, but with you guys on the stream, it's absolutely amazing to have you involved. In fact, if you're looking for a haircut, Tia's going to put his hand up, give him a bell, and he can give you a fade. He'll get that. So just while we have a short break here, being a Kiwi, of course, we're going to mention the World Cup, and I've just got to say, nothing about the All Blacks, but everything about South Africa has been absolutely fantastic. The way they won the World Cup, I have to say is incredible. If you think about it, 8 times they've been to the World Cup. They've won now 4, which means a 50% win rate. They've got 2 bronze medals. So out of the 8, they've been in top 3 75% of the time. That is an absolute ridiculously good record. So when it comes to World Cups, Springboks, best rugby team in history. Big congratulations to those lads. What an effort. And to do it by 1 point in the quarters, the semis and the final. Oh my, oh my. To play the top 6 teams, top 6 ranked teams, is just, that's Invictus number 2 coming out to theatres 2024. Never good to see, is it, the player down? He looks like he's still okay. Got the shoes off. Actually, there's been a lot of good rugby happening over the last couple of weeks. The Saxo competition tournament was on with all women's rugby from all different ages. That was held here at the Sevens. The World, well, 1V, we'll have you look at World 15, 1, World 15 2, or 1X, what is it? What's the Roman numerals? WXV 1, WXV 2, and WXV 3, the 3 tiers of the women's global competition that's taken place. Over here we were lucky to actually have the female WXV 3 competition. Involves Spain, Ireland, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Colombia, and Fiji, I believe, as well. So they battled it out over the last few weeks. And Ireland with a very, very strong showing. Question on the commentary, has Eddie Jones resigned from the Wallabies? Yes, he has. Now, Rugby Australia are swimming around in the ocean looking for another coach. I don't think Ian Foster's going there, but to answer your question there, Tia. Yes, oh, nicely kept in here. Beautiful kick. Pushed the boundaries. Didn't come away with the cookies, so Exiles in possession, working their way back up the field. And nice bit of play and a quick tap and away he goes. A bit lateral, looking for support. Nicely straightened options. Skipping over there. Oh, just a missed tackle. Exiles, they like to play deep, give themselves opportunities, which makes it really hard for their rush defense. Switch of play here, Exiles in possession. So nicely passed along. Options, numbers here on the flanks. Oh, nice big charge in there like a rhino. Exiles with a great possession, running through the phases, holding on with some great patience. And we haven't seen much of the ball in their hands, but when they've had it, this is what it's looked like. A lot of composure. And they're building the phases here on the blind, using that short amount of space, looking to suck players in. I think they're going to probably run a few more phases here. Wait for the... Oh, they've waited too long. It's been the Canes coming, pilfering the ball. One of the Exiles players not happy at all. Hands out to the side. And it's very, very rare that you'll see a referee change his mind. And that's what he's complaining about, the arms in the tackle. You can hear on the sidelines here, You know, there's one referee in the middle and there's probably about another 20 million outside the field of play. Sammy there saying you. So it's been a real enterprising play during this first half. It's the Canes still leading the Exiles 8 points to 7. 5 minutes approximately to go here in this Premiership matchup at the Rugby Sevens. Hurricanes playing their old foes. Going for that short one again, so they've identified something in the Exiles lineout and they're trying to take advantage of it. That one not quite working, giving Exiles an opportunity to get in amongst it. My most favourite pastime for players is to pull each other's shirts. As you can see here. To have a powwow. Test out the durability of the fabric of each other's, of the opposition. It looks like the fabric's pretty good from both sides. So probably just a little chat here about keep the catch-ups to after the game. Just while we're coming up towards half-time, we've got a small break going on here. If you want to share the love, of course, share this link with some loved ones on your groups. The numbers have slowly been growing over the past 35 minutes. We started with about 40 people tuned in. Now we've got about 75 on the gong. That's all good to see everybody getting behind, supporting UAE Rugby, supporting the Rugby Club Consortium. So who's going to get a smack on the hand? Nobody. Just a good talking to. Of course, talking about WXV number 1, which is the top tier that includes the top 6 teams: Canada, France, Australia, the English, the powerful English, and the Black Ferns. In fact, a big congratulations to the Aussies. I know we've talked on here. Eddie Jones has resigned from the Wallabies, and hopefully that's good signs for Australia. But the Australian women, they actually beat France in the second round of the competition, which I believe might be one of the first times Australia's actually ever done that. And considering France's dominance, that France actually beat the Black Ferns the week before, that was a huge statement from Australia, and it's great to see. And this is why we've got these women's competitions, to help develop the game, the women's game. Got these WXVs coming out, you know, over here locally. Saxo, brilliant. That's what you want, supporting the growth of the game. And of course, over in Qatar at the moment is the Sevens Trophy. Oh, nicely done there. Little chip kick, like a little golfer. And some space opening up, some speed on the wing. He's going for that chip, bringing it back inside. A nice little kick. Oh, it's come off the knee. Opportunity for the Canes. Well cleared from the Exiles. It was foot versus hand, and the foot won the battle. But it's going to be a Hurricanes put in. It's an attacking scrum right on the 5. Great scramble defense there by Exiles, but just as equally great movement of the ball. Defining that space there out on the wings. And we've seen some really good play. Have to find out the name of the... It might be Tobias or Dom. Got the blonde here. If you can help me out here, let me know which player that was. He's done some really good things. Second time, like obviously he scored a try before with the boot. Nice little kick through, so definitely he's got a skill set when it comes to the boot. Actually, what are your thoughts, people? If you are here in Dubai, down by the Sevens, did you come and watch the WXV3 happening over the past 3 weeks? There were some big hits. Oh my goodness. Solid scrum here by the Canes, looking to hold. That one going nowhere. So now opportunity. Big crash ball here. Nice and tight. Exiles going and looking for it and done well. Hurricanes just not securing the pill. An opportunity to exit and good pressure. But this one, quick play. Oh, nice chase. Thrown to the ground, but like Raggedy Ann there. The locks spinning around, but Hurricanes with the possession. And they had an overlap, massive overlap on the left. Numbers, just needed ball to the hand. But Exiles now covering that space. A little bit lateral. Bit of a Damien McKenzie. Obviously you can tell him a Kiwi. Tobias, thank you very much, Julie. Really appreciate that. Number 11, Tobias Oakley. Showing his skill set, his speed. I'm looking at the feed again of comments, and it's got Edward here saying yes about Eddie, and he's saying thank God. So obviously he's a big Eddie Jones supporter. And another yellow card. It is the full deck. Might come out sooner or later. But Exiles losing one for the bin for the first 10 minutes of the second half. It is a massive, massive talking point when it comes to the yellows, the reds. Obviously the red card in the World Cup, in the men's final, and in the women's final earlier. England obviously receiving that red card against the Black Ferns. And England, actually both matches, England down to 14, All Blacks down to 14 for the majority of the game, but the game was still very, very close. So that's probably an argument to say, oh, we should hold on, keep a hold of that same rule. What do you think? I'm up for a 20-minute red card to not ruin the game, but that's just my opinion. The strike from right out in front, looking good, looking solid, and obviously I'm looking in the wrong direction because that one did not go through the post. So the score remains 8 points to 7. The Canes still leading Exiles here at the Rugby Sevens. What a matchup, what a game. 40 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. It's great to have everybody here. Don't go too far away. We've got more. So restock, refill, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Well, welcome back everybody here to the UAE Premiership rugby contest between Dubai Hurricanes and Dubai Exiles down at the Seven Stadium. We've had a big first half of 40 minutes. It's 8 points to 7. The Canes are leading the Exiles. So the solitary point, which we're seeing more and more often here in the rugby world, which shows that the competition level is really lifting and it takes moments, little pieces just to break those deadlocks. Exiles starting off with the yellow cards, so they're down to 14. On the stroke of half-time. They'll have to navigate this first 10 minutes. And a big thank you and welcome to everybody back on the stream. Julie, Priscilla, Clay, Michael, leaving your comments. It's absolutely great to have you here tuning in and being a part of the contest. The players appreciate it. The supporters appreciate it. The family around the world appreciate it. Rugby Club Consortium appreciates this as well. Got some nice funny ones here on the comments actually as I go deeper into them. Priscilla's talking about a buffle #1 prop of the Canes. What is a buffle? I've got to ask. And thank you, very big thank you, Clay Willing, who's shared the link with friends and family in the UK, and that's what makes live streaming so great. You can tune in from anywhere in the world, anytime. Of course, we got the live action. It makes you feel more a part of it. You get to see it in the flesh, and that's why we are trying to bring you more coverage, more broadcasts of all rugby across the region here. Not the best start, not the best kickoff to the second 40, but we'll just forget that happened. We'll reset and start with the scrum in the middle. Question from Michael, why are there no players from the United Arab Emirates on the pitch? No rugby players in this country. It's still a developing sport, to be fair. Over the past 10 years, there's been some developments going on to try and bring more of the United Arab Emirates on the pitch and get them involved, and still developing. And that's just the process and the growth of the game, the development of the game. There's a couple of representatives in the women's match, which is great. A buffalo. Priscilla, thank you for that. In fact, it's the Dubai Sharks playing Shaheen tomorrow at 3 o'clock at Al Habtoul. A lot of UAE players. Oh, that one looking a little bit forth there from the Exiles, but the referee letting that one continue. And it's Exiles with first opportunity inside the 40. Nice cover tackle there, well wrapped up.
Reset, Lukey! Reset!
So really deep again here from the Exiles, but they're finding space, wriggling through just like an eel. And he's called on for rolling too much, so they're going to come back for the high tackle here on the 40. Tight game. Exiles known for the good kicking, and we've seen some very good kicking here in the Premiership. Might be an opportunity to go for sticks. No, it's not. Going for the corner. I'll just... That's a New Zealand turi turi. Or be quiet. Yeah, it's just... It has been a development. It is hard, obviously, trying to develop local players into the sport. Obviously, football being a big one, judo. There's a few in badminton as well. A lot of top triathletes. And it's just when it comes to funding and opportunities, sometimes there's just more opportunities in different areas. But Shaheen is representing. So Exiles with the ball in hand, they're looking for that full complement and a good driving maul. This LA got their last try, remember, early in that first half, and they've got such momentum. It's going to be tough here for the Canes to defend this one. Can someone get in there and disrupt that? Exiles running out of forwards player, so Exiles are going to have to pull this out and play it, I think. Nope, they've regained the control, they've regained momentum, and there it is again. It just looked inevitable. It was just happening. A bit of a cheeky one there, passing the ball over the Canes players. But a nice score, nicely playing to the strength of the Exiles, driving the ball down the field, keeping it in control, keeping it at the back of the maul, and an extra bit of work there at the end as they nearly lost control. A little peel off and a beautiful score across the line. 12 points to 8 as the Exiles by 4 over the Canes. Clay's a big Exiles fan, and he said get that maul going, and he's 100% right. If you're a betting man, you put the $1 down, and you've got $10 back.
Nice, Mo.
So some solid kicking here. Let's see the opportunity. Good strike, good follow through. And very well indeed. The extra 2 points, 14 points to 8. Just like that, after all the possession has been with the Hurricanes. Exiles pulling out a great little passage of play there. Using that strength of the forwards to rumble forward about 20 meters. And then just to add a little salt into the wound from out wide, actually adding the cherry on top. The cake is baked. All right, so Canes, they'll be looking to turn this one around. They've done some really great things. For them, it's about getting a hold of that ball, maintaining possession, and running through those phases. We've done so well all night. And it's only 5 minutes in. Oh, the referee there getting involved. Probably a little bit envious, watching all these other fellas run around.
Offside.
Sideline referee there. Oh, this one, great pressure there from the Canes. The winger chasing down. Looks like Tobias putting in the effort. This one shanked off the outside of the foot. And all of a sudden, just like that, we talk about it, you hear about it all the time. When you score points, you want to have a good exit strategy. And then Exiles here unable to perform that. Immediately offering up a chance for the Canes to strike back here early. I wonder if they'll go wide. Probably send it to the front. This one a little messy, but well picked up by the hooker. That's a great pair of hands. We saw him try to kick it earlier. So showing he's got both sets, feet and arms. Must have missed something, so. Knock on. So knock on there. Still going to be Kane's ball. He saw the intent. Looked to get the ball into hands and then looked to crash one up to the middle, potentially before going wide. So a great 50-50 scrum again. Exiles play just running right around the back there, but space opened up through the middle. And what a collection. What an individual piece of brilliance there from the Canes. Who was that? Number 13. Looks like Alex Glashan scoring a beautiful meat pie with a little chip, little potato chip there over the top. Collecting, committing to the ball, and a little step off the left foot there, taking him underneath the post for a beautiful score here and closing it right back up to 1 point again. Wow, wow, wowie. As a rugby enthusiast, you've just got to appreciate the skill set and the go for on that one. One point. What an absolute beautiful return. We talked about, you know, keeping momentum going after you score. Well, Hurricanes able to put pressure on that kickoff. Remember that Tobias put pressure on the kick, shanked. An opportunity like that. If you saw one of the Exiles players, I think it was the halfback, kind of been running about 20 meters behind the scrum. Not sure the strategy behind that, but here we go. Hurricanes with a beautiful looking option, and it is beautiful. It's from a 1 point deficit to a 1 point lead. It's the Canes leading Exiles 15 points to 14 here in this UAE Rugby Premiership match. I'm glad if you've tuned in from the UK, you got your money's worth already when it comes to the live streaming. So beautiful try there by the Canes. Two great tries, mauled by the Exiles, and a bit of individual brilliance. Let's go. 30 more minutes, Premiership Rugby. So nice work here. Exiles now with the possession, so it's a bit of tit for tat. Oh, nice little trickery, but a bit of pressure here. Canes looking to force the turnover, and they've done it, putting numbers behind the ball. So the Hurricanes' pressure really telling here on the Exiles, just some uncharacteristic mistakes by them. And Hurricanes doing some beautiful work, really putting, actually looks like they've done the great homework to keep the pressure on in the right spaces. Exiles, of course, are your defending champions here in the UAE Rugby Premiership. And Hurricanes back in the Premiership after just a 1 year sabbatical. Oh, going for the sneaky one up the front. Well read there by Exiles. And holding on to that time, not working, kind of deviating away from what's been working for the Hurricanes. Again, their ball out wide, stretching the defense. Went for something a little bit different. And that's probably the third time we've seen a little trick play at the front of the line out. And this one not out, not across the line, but good chase, good pressure from the Exiles 22. But just as nicely done. Bit of clearance, giving their players a little more time with the ball. Here's a big man. Look at this. Look at a big charge up through the defensive line. And he's pulled a penalty as well. This one, a nice kick down the park. So a big shout out to the sponsors you see in the top right corner there. So shuffles through the Hurricanes, Dubai Hurricanes sponsors here, helping bring rugby, helping bring the broadcasts to you. Nicely collected there by the Exiles. Remember, this is their go-to. This is what they do so well. If they get some forward momentum, they're hard to stop. And Hurricanes doing well initially. And Hurricanes doing some great defense, forcing Exiles to pass the ball out. This one behind the back. And this one could be fortuitous. And play on is the call, but Exiles able to get this one out. So Kahu there caught in the ruck, unable to get out. Has to go east or west, cannot go north or south. Just a few stats here thanks to Yellow Rugby. The last few meetings between the two. It was Exiles winning 46-22, 59-17, and then 37-19. Of course, the breakthrough 2022-23 season. So the Exiles getting the better. When it looks at an overall history, it's Exiles 11 wins to 3. And the 3 wins for the Exiles have been away wins. It's quite interesting. So big thanks to Alex there from Yellow Rugby. A few statistics. I can tell you also the Exiles have had about a total of 44 now, 58 points. Hurricanes scoring more points within the season so far, scoring 67 points. They both scored 6 tries apiece up into this match. If you want to find out more about the stats, head over to Yellow Rugby, jump under fixtures and results, and you'll be able to get more information. Clay, big call and great call, mate. I have to totally agree with that. Exiles really do, when they're 10, 20 metres out, they've got a huge opportunity to maul it across the line. They've shown they've got such a strength there. I'm sure that the Hurricanes will look to keep that away as much as they can from the corner. Exiles on a roll when it comes to the maul. This one sent out the back. High tackle there called by the referee. So looking for opportunities. No advantage is going to come from that one, so they'll bring it on back. And that's a nice structured piece of play there by the Exiles. It's true, mate. It is from pitch 6 to pitch 7. You talk about away wins and home wins. Of course, both teams being based out at the Rugby Sevens. Sorry. Such a good point, mate. Or maybe they're sometimes on the same field and they're facing the other direction. Of course, this is in a Exiles home game. Here being played on field 7. You can see in the background there the cricket fields, and you've got field 8 there. Soon to be the home of the infamous Dubai Rugby Sevens taking place. Field 8 will have your what do you call it, concert. So nicely put in there by the Exiles. Well collected, and you've seen that consistency from... Oh, talk too soon. You saw that consistency, I was going to say, from the Exiles. But a little bit of a lost pill. It's that kind of thing that happens with the commentator, isn't it? You say one thing, and then, of course, the players like to just switch it up on you. Actually, here's quite an interesting stat when you look at the Yellow Rugby stats. Yellow cards in the season so far, the Hurricanes have had 6 yellow cards and 2 red cards. Wow, wow, wowie. That makes life hard and difficult. But it just shows, and it was from the start of the season, it was about the tackle height. And this majority of cards, you've seen double yellows turn into reds because of the tackle height. And it's just taken a little bit longer for the Canes players obviously to adjust to that new law. Of course, tackles must be below the sternum, or sternum and below. And the other side are Exiles, 1 yellow card and 1 red. So some good discipline showing there, which you've actually got to be a little bit surprised at, considering that all the penalties were going the way of Exiles. They're the ones getting pinged for everything. It's a big thing these days, the tackle height, obviously not just in the local game, but the global game, regional global game as well. Lots of cards being dished out. It's about safety. I know there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions out there about that, so if you want to share them, put them in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. That's why I talk about the red card, and I'd love to see the 20-minute red card come into the international game. I do believe, if I remember correctly, after listening to a bit of rugby, that it's actually the Northern Hemisphere teams for some reason do not want the 20-minute red card. They like the red card format. So, Canes in possession, looking for opportunity, looking for space, looking for holes, and well closed, big hit, great tackle, but well controlled. This one's going to be called up. It's going to be a maul, and it's going to be tough to get it out of there. In fact, it's come out on the Exile side. He's lost it, completely dropped it. And a bit of luck going in their way. So really interesting first 20 minutes of the second half. Probably not the flow we may expected here in the second half. But it comes to that time, of course, the players getting a little tired, especially in the forwards. A lot of work here up front. Big contest between the big boys. And since half time, it's been 1 try apiece. 1 rolling maul, beautifully executed by the Exiles. And then a brilliant bit of magic from the Hurricane centre, I believe. Alex Glashan. If you've got any Alex fans out there, which I'm sure we do, someone's going to buy him a cold one after the game, because that was a beautiful chip and well collected and a great step off his left foot. And just sometimes you wonder how slow I can be. Well, I just looked up again, Ron Steenkamp. He was a representative for the youth South African national team. He represented the Bulls, very popular player, and now he's playing for the Canes. So there we go. That's excellent. That's awesome to see, actually. You think about the international players that come across, the introduction of the Dubai Emirates Airline 7s. Obviously, a lot of international players get the taste of Dubai or the Middle East, the Emirates. And now the clubs here, there's a lot of ex-internationals or ex-representative players helping to grow and develop the sport of rugby here in the UAE. So it's excellent to see more and more players coming across, looking to call home the UAE. So this time a big push by Exiles, dominance in the front. A lot of pressure there, so that man's okay. That was a big shove by the Exiles. They showed their dominance in the rolling maul. Now they've been able to apply it into the scrum. It's been otherwise a very tight battle when it comes to the scrum. That one just getting away from the Canes. I'm assuming here that the Exiles are back to their full complement.
Good scrum, buddy. Good scrum.
Good scrum. That was a great scrum, my friend. That was an absolute beautiful scrum. All right, 20 minutes to go, folks. What's the call? Who's winning and how much? And if you can even call it, what is the winning score? Is it a kick, a penalty? Is it by conversion? Is it a try? I'm hoping we've got at least a try apiece here left in this game. I'd love to see that. I always love a bit of running rugby. Or even if it's the maul, driving maul what the Exiles have done. You got to put some money on that. Or $1. Or a camel. Night is done for the big man with the beard there. So again, nicely collected there from Exiles up high. Looking to control themselves. But this one a little bit messy. Oh, number 18 there from the Hurricanes from the side. But Exiles have got momentum. And they've been proven hard to stop when they have this big bump off by the big man. Exiles looking for opportunities, looking for space. This could open up out far. Straightened up, and nice cover tackle here. So Exiles looking dangerous. This one's spilling out through the ruck. Referee said that was okay, but they're going to come back. And so Exiles, a nice passage of play. And again, off the back of that rolling maul. Very, very strong weapon for the Exiles. They've utilised it not only this year, they've always utilised it. It's one of their... It's the foundation that makes them such a great club. Not quite sure. We are working on getting microphones onto the referees. It's just the expense is quite a lot. You actually need a few antennas around the park to make that happen. So looking at other options, alternatives. Hopefully, if not this season, next season we can have mics on the referees for you. Well, in fact, in saying that, if you'd like to support rugby, go down to your local club, maybe have a bit of add a bit of sponsorship, help develop the club, maybe potentially put it more in towards helping bring you more broadcasts through the Rugby Club Consortium as well, or help us build that sponsorship for next season for all the clubs and all rugby in the UAE. So again, dangerous looking Exiles pushing forward, moving forward, well positioned. Well structured. It's going to be hard. You've got to think it's maybe inevitable. But Canes hanging in there for some momentum. Wriggling. Crashing forward. But this one, not sure. And they're going to call it. Wasn't easy to see straight away, but the referee asking for the sideline assistance. And a few afters, a few too many words potentially from the Hurricanes player. Passion taking over. Let's have a chat. Exiles there with a great score. They've gone to their strength. It's worked for them all evening. It's troubled the Canes. And they just had to keep control of the pill. They had to keep it in hand. But too much chatter. And the referee is sending the man. Ouch. Not sure if it was so much for the chatter or something that happened earlier. But the referee not happy either way. So Hurricanes down to 14. He'll only just be back for the final 3 or 4 minutes. Sorry. But a great score there by the Exiles. This one in a tight encounter, a very tight encounter. Try time. 19 points to 15. The Canes trailing the Exiles here in this Rugby Premiership. On pitch number 7, of course. Oh, great bit of pressure here. Nicely put. Pressure on, pressure works. So the score remains a 4-point buffer. It means the Hurricanes need a meat pie to get that lead back. But it's the Canes leading, sorry, the Exiles leading the Canes 19 points to 15. Just thinking back to those stats, 6 tries apiece so far in the season. It's the Canes 52 points, Exiles 44. This one's super close. So Exiles probably with a little more attacking prowess. Oh, nicely seen. Keeping it really tight to the lines. But well kept in, and nice little step there by Tobias. I have to say, you cannot miss that blonde here. Great work here as the Canes look to build, look to shift. So great position here. Running through the phases. As we saw last week, second half, they were able to keep the composure and just go through the phases. But being caught up here, the lighter man against the big man, this is going to be tough. By the Exiles. That one, a tough one. But up until that point, some really good movement by the Canes. You can see the two different styles. Hurricanes have to use the ball in hand, have to be probably running the Exiles around a little bit more. We know the Exiles are going to build the way down the field. They're going to look for the corner. They're going to look for those big men to drive them forward. Friday night. Just a little side note, I suppose. Big thank you to everyone for joining in, of course, but a big thank you to the officials, the referees that are part that make this all happen. And you can see every season the officiating gets better and better. They've now got the comms between them to be able to help each other, the assistant and the main referees, get the right calls. Of course, everyone's human, sometimes can make mistakes, don't collect everything. There's no TMOs or anything like that. So do the best job they can. So a big thank you to the referees and the support there. And of course to the unseen, the unheard, the ground staff that help maintain the fields, help run the facilities, and support teams, the support crew of the teams. In fact, you can follow the rugby refs on UAE Rugby refs on Instagram. So a little dominance here by the Exiles. Maybe they'll push for the penalty, then push for the corner. It is looking that way. And there it is. There's the penalty. That's what they were looking for. So opportunity here. Oh, well picked up. That was a beautiful pick up there by the Canes player, but of course to no avail. So from the halfway, left-footed kick. And this one, a very nice kick, great distance, nearly just, what was that, 7 or 8 meters out from the line. So that was a beautiful push. That's exactly what the Exiles want, and that's probably exactly what the Canes do not want. for me here, Canes, if they're going to stop, they've got to try and stop this early. They've got to challenge. They've got to get in front.
No, they've just taken their one go on.
Well, this one over the top, but still found a player. And the Hurricanes able to disrupt it, but a forward, or knock on, sorry to say, not a forward knock on. That's something different. But they got in there, they tried to disrupt it, which is good. So they need to do, but now they're going to have to deal with the scrum. And just to say, in the last couple of scrums, especially that last one, the Ascensi Exiles started to really put the pressure on. Just a little break in proceedings here. So 10 minutes to go, folks, in this Premiership encounter. Only 4 points in it, and you know, you've seen it. Points can come at any moment from any place on the field. And we're looking for better rugby, great rugby, and these two teams have definitely delivered here tonight. It's nowhere near over. I'm predicting potentially 2 more scores. Who they are for, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking there's at least 2 more scores in this game. I mean 2 more tries, I believe. Potentially another kick. Tia's asking how much time left. The time's at the bottom of the it's on the score bug, my man. The yellow card has about another 6 minutes left. Double knock on. Opportunity here. Speed's going to be the key. I'm going to push in the back there. Sorry about that one. Play saying 10 minutes. Which is correct, because that's what it says on the clock. If you could just tell Tia that, Clay, that'd be great, mate. Thanks. So it's a tight contest here. 10 minutes to go. Like I was saying before, the opportunity can just pop up, and just a little one like that for the Canes. Yeah. I do apologise, but Tia's got a glitch on his computer, so if anyone can help in the IT department. Well, there was a fortuitous bounce. He thought it was going to go out, hit him in the body, but Exiles here. So the ball seems to be falling in the momentum of the way of the Canes, even though the Exiles have the ball here. It seems to be going more the Canes' way as far as the roll of the ball. Nice box kick here. This one going for distance. And well chased, well collected. He's left all alone, and a big chance here for the Exiles to really make it difficult for the Canes. Oh, that one was it knocked on? Was it touched? He's got opportunity. He's throwing this kind of a wild one. I don't know if it was me, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe it didn't, but we're going back for an Exiles penalty. It was, again, the opportunity from anywhere in the field. And you've got to think from here. Yeah, a shot from at post. 3 points. That's some great advice. You know, if you're ever having IT problems, turn it off, turn it on, reset, and usually, actually, it works. So here we go. Here's the kick I was talking about. Extend to 7. Sorry. Yes, extend to 7. The lead forces Hurricanes into using those outsides. Yeah, mate, thanks, Clay. My mathematics just went completely out the door for a moment. I had to look down at my hand and use my fingers. Oh, we've got a bit of a show going on in the middle of the field. Now, I'm not much, I'm going to kind of carry on a little bit about this, but I'm not much of an IT man, but it depends on what you have scrolling through your Safari, your Chrome on your device. So, Tia, quick little bit of advice. Maybe you want to clean your history, mate. Bit of chat by the official. Sure, I have to say I actually missed that. What gives? Heard that before. Anyway, it's the big competition here. Obviously, oh, now we've got a couple of referees. Just like players switching their shirts, we've got referees doing that. What's upcoming throughout the weekend? Obviously, there's more and more rugby available for you to tune into, to watch, to be a part of. Here on the Rugby Club Consortium tomorrow, we've got the Dubai Sharks playing against Shaheen, UAE Shaheen, so the Emirates players. That's a Division 2 match that's happening at Al Habtoor tomorrow at 3 o'clock. That'll be available here to view on YouTube. There's other games throughout the region as well, of course. And if you want to find out all that action, where the games, who's playing, what's going on, of course you can go to Yellow Rugby. So actually the Tigers and the Bahrain game has been delayed, so I've been told. So it'll be done later on in the season. But we do have Tigers 3 versus Wanderers. That's at Tiger Park at 3 o'clock. This is Division 2. Additionally, we've got the Canes 3s and the Quins 3s playing here at the 7s, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Amblers 2, Dragons 3, that's at 5 o'clock. And that one's been played in a lane. The fantastic facilities down there in a lane. So if you're around those areas, make sure you drop in, support. If you are online around 3 o'clock, support a club, the Dubai Sharks or Shaheen. Into history, yep. We go down a dark hole for that one, so I'm not going to go down that. I'm going to keep it PC, my friend. But it is always good banter. Yes, lots of rugby happening. In fact, with the WXV 1 Tier 1 competition taking place in New Zealand at the moment has the big one. It's the Black Ferns versus England. That's taking place also tomorrow, UAE time. And of course there is the World Cup cricket. All right, to see another update actually that Australia have beaten Wales as well. As I talk about that, it is a kick from the Exiles. This one being pushed wide, so no extras here for the Exiles. The score remains 19 points to 15. A 4-point buffer, a 4-point match on our hands. So that keeps it one close. It keeps it down to the wire, which is, from a rugby enthusiast, that's what I love to see. Tight contests. Let's see, I can imagine lots of pressure coming on from the Exiles. This one put high, not much distance, so they gambled, they went for it, took the risk. Now it's got Exiles with possession on the 40 in Canes territory. This one, ruck form, pushed out wide. They're going to look to exploit some space on the outside. Wrapped around the back. 3-on-2, the cutout pass again. And this one just behind the player, so Exiles looking promising, looking like they had opportunities. And just unfortunately, the hands letting them down there. But there's a great passage to play, great run, a great opportunity. I'm sure Priscilla's there yelling for the Buffalo to do his bit to bring the Canes home here. They say it's one of the forwards. That one there, well done by the Exiles player, keeping that ball in. Going for a territory battle. And a slight win there for the Exiles.
Come on, King!
Done! Done! Get time to work with you. Willem, get time to work with you. On the 5, on the 5. No penalties.
So that one, a free kick, unfortunately for the Canes. Have an opportunity, not straight. Some big matches happened. Of course, when it comes to this weekend, we are talking about the WXV. It is France versus Canada. That's the next game. And that starts at 7 AM tomorrow, so if you're up early, or 10 AM UAE time, it is England and New Zealand facing off against each other. So you got the top 4 ranked teams in the world. Of course, New Zealand are the defending champions in the women's, playing the world best ranked, I believe, England. That's going to be a big battle between the two. In fact, if England wins that one, they'll win the WX1 competition down in New Zealand. And a little bit of change around here where the Canes getting a free kick in the other way. So it's tit for tat here.
Get out, Johnny! Get out, Johnny! Get up! Get up!
And Canes going early, setting up through the centre. I was about to say you probably want to hold on to it for a little bit, but they've gone for the territory, and a nice kick there and a great bounce of the ball. So they'll be able to put on some pressure at the line out. That was a beautiful play there. Well seen by number 9, I believe. Andre, and we've got the big supporter here as well. Desiree Muller,
Wider,
big
Brad,
fan of
wider,
Andre.
Brad.
She'll be
Wider,
jumping in
Muller.
excited about that.
Go,
And they've
Kim.
gone short
Go.
again. They've gone to the front.
Go.
This time looks like it's going to work for them.
Philip,
In a great position here. Canes now in the 22, red zone.
get out, they got to kick it. Skulk, you have to come out. Philip!
Oh, so opportunity here. What do you do? 3 points on offer. Well, these guys are having cuddles. The Boris Fink from the Canes wants to get on with it. So 3 minutes to go. The Exiles player, I believe, is due back. I'm not sure if he got on that last stoppage. I believe he's back on the field. So back to 15 for the last couple of minutes.
Go!
Let's hope there's no glitches on the internet for anybody. If we've come to the final moments of this match. I'd love to see Canes go for it. In fact, it's going to be another yellow, it looks like. Actually, it's double yellow, so they're just piling up when it comes to cards. Both players been giving their marches orders. That's how they'll see out the game. So we're down to 14 on 14. This is pretty much like a World Cup style going on. Hurricanes look to see if they can use the advantage of 14 players on the field. Well, you can hear a few comments on the sideline there about tackling properly.
You can't even see that.
Yeah, they definitely need more than 3. I did wonder if they're going to take a quick 3, get the restart, look to build and potentially go. Or, I think if it was me, I would have chosen this. Actually, I'm not sure. Can you go for the corner here? Have to. What was the penalty, I believe? Was the call earlier? So. Tense moments. That's why you love to see games finish. This one, ooh, hasn't really come out the back, but Canes, well done controlling that one. They've got the ball in hand. Look to use the footwork in and out. Oh, and that one going forward, and that could be the ball game for the Canes. They're looking for it. They went for it. Opportunities nearly coming there. There's a good chase from that the Exiles player against the smaller man, the faster man. Chased him. Now, of course, our clock isn't as precise, obviously, as the referees. We try to keep it as accurate as we can, but it's all about the man in the middle with the whistle. Can Canes pull something out of the bag here and really put some pressure on the scrum? It's kind of an all or nothing for the Canes. Exiles looks like they're holding on. Canes trying to put the pressure on. Pressure from the back. So they'll see some time. They haven't gone for the kick out. Referees told them at least a good minute to go. So Exiles, can they close the game out from here? They're going to hold possession. I'm sure they'll be talking to the referee. Canes searching, looking to pilfer. Get that turnover. Give them the opportunity inside the 22. Remember, they need more than 3. This one straight up, straight down. So if the Canes can get a hold of it. Oh, he's offside position, I believe. So big opportunity there. If you're looking for opportunities, that was one for the Canes to look for that turnaround. Of course, they need more than 3. They need the 4. Exiles, they'll be looking for territory, and based on that decision, there must be a bit of time remaining. Must be a couple of minutes.
That's it. That's it. Jamie, ask the ref for time, Jamie. Ask the ref for time.
A steal from the Canes. Is that on the cards?
He's got a hold time. What the fuck are they doing otherwise?
Apologies for the language on the sidelines for any of our younger viewers. This one's sent in, a challenge from the Canes, but well collected from the Exiles. For them, it's all about possession. Canes looking for a penalty or a turnover, something for it to go their way. So ball out and fumble, but it says gone backwards. Look as it did go backwards. So Exiles still in possession. Spread wide and great defense there. Up quick. And line defense, putting pressure on from the Canes. Fighting to the last second, to that final whistle. Exiles looking again. Canes looking for the ball. Unfortunately, it looks like he went to knee. Knees on the ground.
Kick it out. That's okay. Go get a towel.
It's a tense finale here in this Premiership battle. The 4 points, the difference. The tap, it looks like it's a kick out, and it looks like it's going to be full time. What a way, what a finish, what a match between two great clubs here down at the Sevens. Of course, we jump between pitch 6 and pitch 7. It is a home game for the Exiles here on pitch number 7. It is a win for the Exiles, 19 points to 15. Both teams finishing with 14 points, which also takes the yellow card totals up as well. Think about for the season, Exiles now on 3 yellow cards. Hurricanes now on 9 yellow cards. But what a contest, a to and fro. It started off with a kick for post from the Canes, a driving maul from the Exiles, a nice chip from the Canes again. It was back and forward, 1 point at halftime, 7 points to 8 was the halftime score. And then obviously it opened up a little bit more in the second half. Some great sportsmanship, some great skills, and some great Premiership rugby that's been held here this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure to have everyone involved joining in. Clay, it's great to have that chat with you, mate. Tia, hope you can get the computer fixed, mate. It's probably a long way for you to go with that one. We'll talk about it when we catch up later on. So from everyone else that's been joining in, thank you for supporting your players. Thank you for supporting rugby here within the region. Really, really appreciate it. Just confirmation of that full-time score in this Premiership fixture. It is 19 points to 15. The Exiles over the Canes in an absolute battle for the ages. A big thank you to the officials. A big thank you to the sponsors. You see up there in the top right corner supporting Hurricanes Rugby. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate it, everybody. Have a great evening, have a safe evening, and a belated happy Halloween. We will see you for the next game of rugby, the next match coming up later on. But stay tuned for more. Take care.